But here we go. Grand Finals of the Spring Arcadian 2022. Kurshaun versus GoofyGoober. Many people had Kurshaun in their picks. Many people had GoofyGoober in their picks, but it all comes down to this. GoofyGoober, loser side, has to win 2 best-of-5 sets to take it. Kurshaun just got to win 1.
And we already saw Kurshaun eliminate GoofyGoober from the winner's side of bracket earlier today in winner's final. So these are 2 players that are very familiar with what each other are trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, when you go to a Game 5 set, it's going to be a lot of respect and a lot of reads going on in the next best-of-5 set. And these guys could play a lot of games. I could completely see a reset into another Game 5 after this.
Just thinking about that had me pause for a minute, because we had a lot of those matches go to like within 1 minute of timeouts. So yeah. I would not be surprised if we get another couple long games for Grands.
I've had to pee since loser semis. Pray for me.
All right, eventually you got to have somebody replace Jada. If all of a sudden it goes really quiet and I start sounding like an auctioneer, we know what happened.
Yeah. But right now, okay. So we're starting to see the similar pace, similar clip to what we saw in the previous set. No stocks taken just yet, minute 10, but these guys are scrapping. It's just getting the kill. How will both these players get the kill? Kurshaun struggled a little bit more in the previous set than Goober did.
It always felt like Goober was in an early disadvantage, but then when Kurshaun started trying for those more committal options, we started talking about Bell and the key. That's when Goober was able to just actually scrap a little bit more and climb back into these games. Yeah,
Kurshaun's reliance on Bell is something that I think Goober has picked up on. So once Bell's out, I think we're just going to see more and more shield. Granted, Kurshaun does have contingencies for that, but it still makes it a bit harder. And wow, at that near DBC moment, both of them living. Well, actually, no, one of them living, one of them dying, but both of them dying a little bit later. Because back throw.
Okay.
Because back throw.
I was 100% convinced that back throw wasn't going to kill, and he needed to up smash that.
Yeah, he had time for plenty of pummels.
Great parry. That's something that you have to rely on in this matchup, to recognize that the forward air is always going to be safe, but Kurshaun likes to swing. It's usually 2 aerials with low short hops. So just try to get the drop shield on the second one. Don't try to punish the first and be greedy.
Yeah. A good roll, really good roll. I think Kurshaun is starting to find more ways around that shuriken at ledge, because that was a huge win condition for GoofyGoober in the previous set.
I love Greninja's pivot grabs, by the way. Every single time like I see somebody do that, it is just so sick. The grab range is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're saucy. I love it.
Pre-patch Palu grab range.
Ooh, Kurshaun tried to go for a Twitter clip right there. Not going to be able to find it and just going high, going into that safe zone.
I'm curious if an up B there would have killed Kurshaun. I've seen it happen where like water accelerates whatever momentum you have. So if you're shooting yourself up, just up B it, and then they just may very well die.
Interesting. Weird. Maybe.
I've killed Pac-Man charging fruit off the edge with what? At 0% as Mario.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. I feel like that might have been the thing to kill. And good tech and great angles right there. But Kurshaun had it all covered. I really have to highlight that recovery from GoofyGoober. Teching and then resetting your stick to neutral to get those angles off the Hydro Pump is not easy.
Oh, for sure.
That was sick. That was sick.
The super dash attack, water assist right there, but the double, triple parry. Both of these players playing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, that was amazing play from both of them. But last stock, game number 1. These two are about as evenly matched as they come. I could see a game 15 happening here.
Back air into the second back air, but Kurshaun starting to swing out of those like not quite true combo strings from Goober. I think that's definitely the way to go. The hydrant ever so slightly too high for Goober to punish that up air.
Yeah. And we're out. Bold just kind of hang out there behind that hydrant and say, no, you're not going to come over here, so let me have my fruits, please.
And the presence of mind for Goober not to bite when the bell was like definitely going to hit the platform, I would have ran away. I would have been on this like, listen, every time you toss that bell, I'm on the other side of the screen. Don't want to play with it.
Yeah, knows the spacing very well. Granted, Kurshaun was throwing out a lot in the previous set, so if you don't know it by now, you better. You better.
That should disrupt the hydrant, and it will, but Kurshaun is sticking in shield, going to have to recover high. Expends the double jump, but Goober's kind of stopped trying to cover landings, which it's understandable against Pac-Man. No!
Whoa.
Full screen hydrant does it. The one time Goober gets the slow standard get up, and it gets blown up cross stage.
That sucks for Goober, but that is great for Kurshaun, taking game number 1 and coming from winner's side. I mean, that's a huge, huge boon. It just puts more of that mental tax on Goober in these scenarios.
So, stage counter pick, something small, perhaps small battlefield again. Are we just going to kind of go back and forth? basically. Small Battlefield, PS2, and then like Town and City.
Yeah, I think those are going to be the 3 stages that we're seeing the most. I think everything else is either getting banned or just not want to be picked.
We have MDSR, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Final D, interesting one here. So basically saying, I don't want to deal with the platforms. I want you to. You basically have to get out of ledge. Like that's what this game is for Kurshaun. If he struggles getting out of the ledge of pressure from GoofyGoober, then it's going to be a long match.
Yeah, sit tight. I mean, especially as you said, the ledge pressure is completely real. So I think it could be a really bad situation for whoever just ends up grabbing that ledge first.
Okay, interesting. We don't really see Goober use that down air too much at all, but finally just popping it off a shield. Very safe option.
Yeah, we see it used as a confirm. I see him use it like after a bell a couple times at the ledge, or like when you just need to be out there and cover a lot of space. It's a good move. Super slept on.
Mistech actually going to lead to something. No, great roll in. Just Goober not getting trapped by that back air setup.
Nice. Good pickup right there from Kurshaun. And, okay. Goober does roll in there a lot. I'm wondering if there's a way that Kurshaun could pick up a punish right there to kind of extinguish that option, make that bell even more effective later on.
Hydrant's out, covering the ledge option, faring it away, and then just waiting for the aggressive aerial right there was GoofyGoober.
Are we good? It's Pac-Man. What am I saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Tech, no. So that was actually really good by Goober because you can choose whether to fastball that or not, and that's going to make it so that you have to either tech on hit 2 or 3. So that's a really awkward spot for Kurshaun.
Yeah, and keeping that record alive. 0 stage techs seen by me this entire night. Oh, well no, not quite be enough. But we have the key. Great tech, great coverage as well, and the key is there too. Oh my God.
The pressure is just so insane.
Yeah, that last up B just felt like a please God. I just need this ledge.
Not like this, please.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's so weird that even at like middling percents, there's nothing that Goober can do in those situations. And tries it down here to the hydrant and gets blown up for it. The hydrant play by Kurshaun has been immaculate so far.
Never mess with a Pac-Man mains hydrant unless you know what you're doing, because they know better than you. What do they know? Yes. It.
It's just a Robin is Gyro and a Pac-Man in their hydrant. Name better pairs.
Yeah. It's like
Diddy
peanut butter and
Banana.
jelly. Yeah, Diddy Banana. Yeah.
K-Roll and Crown? No, actually, every other character is better than K-Roll and they have
That's
Crown.
actually true, and that's very sad. Whoa! If Goober didn't hit that tech, that hydrant would have smoked him right there. And I'm loving how Goober's playing around the items, but definitely forcing the issue a bit too much with neutral so many times. Like, he actually didn't have to approach a lot of these situations.
It feels like every single time that Kurshaun set up the hydrant, Goober's like, I have to run in, I have to knock this hydrant away, and he just failed like 4 or 5 times in a row, and now because of that, Kurshaun has a lead.
Yeah, I think this was what you were saying at the end of their previous set. These players, as strong as they are, and Arcadians, a lot of these players don't have as much experience with these long, grueling sets. And after playing a best of 5 against a Pac-Man, like sometimes they just want to force the issue a bit too much, and Pac-Man's another day in the office for them. You can't afford to let them do that. Shuriken
is out. What is the edge guard, if there is any? No, I don't think that Goober can do too much going that angle there. Good option by Kurshaun. The Hydrant is out again, just 1 hit away from being disjointed, and Goober has to back off, so at least not running in that time to try to challenge it.
Yeah. But stock deficit. No, what? The last hit?
He fell out of the Shuriken.
Oh, no. That's so bad for Goober, especially because the bell's there, the hydrant's there, and you have another bell toss. And, okay, just a little 2-piece. Could have been worse. Okay. Stopping the bleeding just a bit. Kurshaun shaking his head. I think he had a bit more plan with how that bell situation was going to pan out. But now it's GoofyGoober's turn to get a little bit of stuff going. And wait a minute, getting a second leaf on life. Goober's turning up, reading air dodges, getting these up airs. Hold up.
That was such a really good string here, and he tried to get the up air again to take him off the top. Just a frame off, he gets a counter!
What? That was so nasty!
The entire stock was perfect by Goober, just time and time again, resetting it, waiting out air dodge, patience at the last moment to draw even with Kurshaun.
And the thing about that substitute counter is that Kurshaun's reacting to it. Kurshaun's reacting to like the substitutes proccing. But because the hit lag on the hydrant is so long, and plus since he goes straight up, you have to go through the hydrant anyway, it ends up punishing the air dodge anyway. He has to directional air dodge away, but you can still react to that. You have so long to input a move after that substitute procs. So it's scary. It's scary.
I feel like what you have to do is, I think you're right, you have to direct, if you're Kurshaun in that situation, you have to directional air dodge, because Goober doesn't have all the angles with that. I think it's just about like straight up or 45-degree angles, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have like an area that you can occupy, but right there, Kurshaun a little bit too slow to recognize that and move out of the way of that substitute.
Yeah. So 1-1 apiece. Kurshaun, I mean, had to feel that one. He pretty much had that game in the bag. Goober came through and snatched it right back, though. But we're back to FD, and I mean, this stage works well for both of them. So let's see how this pans out, especially if Kurshaun has to make this recovery happen. What a weird bomb, and what a weird... I thought he was in that animation longer.
This is actually, I'm kind of surprised we're going back here, because it felt like Goober were just playing so well and guarding Kurshaun's landing on this stage. Without the platform, it's like, who platform is going to benefit more?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely going to be Kurshaun.
I think so as well, low-key. I think Pac-Man's very good at juggling and a little bit faster on the ground. So I understand the hesitation, but I feel like Kurshaun has the chops to mitigate that advantage.
What an option right there, too. He just like the B-reverse hydrant. It's like, all right.
Yeah. It's just Pac-Man hurt spots up a little bit, so like sometimes you can just kind of slip over little things like that.
Now he's swinging, but the hydrant's still out a little bit.
Whoa, that connected?
I've never seen a Greninja up smash connect both hits like that before. That move is just so unreliable that for Goober to get both those in the time where he absolutely needed it, like that's surprising.
Yeah, like vacuumed him in right there. That was really wild. And oh, you got hit by a Pac-Man. You got hit by a Pac-Man jank.
Bet you didn't know that went through the stage, eh? Well,
yep.
You'll know next time.
It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, everyone gets one. Everyone gets one. Kurshaun cashing out on that, and I think there's a solid time to cash in. But Greninja a bit too much of a fast faller to have that Galaga combo happen. Okay, gets that little follow-up right there, and I think Galaga's on the mind. Let's see what Kurshaun can get off of this one. Where is it? Here it comes, but the hydrant's there to stop. But
speak of the hydrant.
Yeah, it ends up working in Kurshaun's favor right there. Punish.
Actually fast enough to get the hit, but it trades, so no stock there for Goober.
Yeah. And Kurshaun honestly looking a little bit scrambling. It's working because Pac-Man got hands, but like a little bit scrambling in how this neutral's playing out right now. Goober has a lot more layers and is playing a lot more patient and more squirrely in terms of how he's approaching neutral.
This is no punish. No punish. Okay.
My brother.
In fairness, I don't think I have ever seen a Pac-Man do that willingly on stage.
Yeah, that had to have been misinput. But hey, we still got the punish that needed to happen. GoofyGoober has a stock lead. And, I mean, with momentum, we saw what happened last game. And momentum starting to ramp up more and more.
Down air, not quite going to connect there, so gets the pick up with the dash attack, the back air, but unable to grab that up air that could very well have spelled doom for Kurshaun.
Whoa.
The charge on the forward smash. This is an awkward spot.
Yeah, we're just straight up doing it. Okay. What? Kurshaun is reaching deep into the pockets for this, but you don't need to reach deep in the pockets for that one. It's just down tilt up smash. It's been there for you day one. It's going to be there for you in game number 3.
The kill confirms for Greninja appear to be the difference maker. It just feels like when Kurshaun has to scrap and kind of get these stray hits to get the kills, Goober can consistently get the blow or two needed to clean those stocks up.
All right. And now Kurshaun back to the wall. It's still winner side, you know, still has a lot of ways to win this, but you do not want to let this go to a bracket reset.
I do agree. Now we're out of the final D. Phenomenal. Like
yeah.
It just felt like that was Goober's stage.
Yeah, it was working too well for him. It was working way too well for them. All right, so has the melon, And such a slow-moving projectile, Kurshaun didn't look ready to react to that in time.
I love that dichotomy. It's a slow-moving projectile that you can't react to sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just the way that it works. Those slower projectiles tend to actually be the most deadly ones because you're just like, no way. I've got my spacing right? No.
Well, when you're reacting so quick to everything else, when your mind's moving 1,000 miles per minute, a forced slowdown like that can really throw you off your tempo. Nice. Getting that out shield. And now both of them kind of playing hopscotch over the hydrant like that.
That's so much of the matchup. Just like, how do you play against this wall? It's one of those like tools that it's so over centralizing on the matchup. If you don't have a tool to like counter that move, or if you don't know what to do when it's out, then the matchup becomes incredibly difficult for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You just have to know, and if you don't know, then you better learn quick. Dash attack's so safe. Yep. Just going to be able to get out of that situation. And GoofyGoober, 142%. That's 142% of rage, though. We know what the up smash is there, locked and loaded, and good DI to survive that.
Archer's out, but the great Z drop by Kurshaun. You get through one projectile only to be set up for the other one. Got the second shell in the barrel already.
Yep. Locked and loaded.
Every time a Pac-Man throws cherries at me, I take it as a personal insult.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're really not going to charge? Like, exactly. It's like, you're really not going to charge? You're just going to swing at me? Come on.
Yeah, speaking of charge, GoofyGoober putting a little bit more charge on that to read the neutral tech to get that punish right there. Taking that stock way early. I see a little bit of flustering from Kurshaun. I mean, when your opponent can take stocks away from you so much early and has better burst options to capitalize on momentum, it does get scary. You do have slightly better boxing in Pac-Man, but like, you know, it doesn't bode well for the mental when your opponent can just make you explode way easier.
Drag down? That was the slowest drag down I've ever seen. Unable to make anything off of it was Goober.
Yeah.
Great tech and the roll in.
Nice.
I'd like to actually see if Goober wants to, like, when he's at low percent, to try to toss out a counter on, like, the horizontal hydrant as well. Because a lot of the times Kurshaun, like, hard commits to a toss or some kind of option side screen, you can basically clear up a lot of space with a killing blow when you toss out that substitute. That's
true. That is true. Okay, Bell.
Don't roll, thank God.
Yeah, don't roll. Excellent spacing right there. And excellent spacing recognition right there from GoofyGoober.
See you in a minute.
Yep. And we'll be back after the break.
He is out. Hydrant is out. Half the double jump away. Missing that apple, too.
Oh, man. And the roll, it's going to come through eventually. And Kurshaun really starting to fray at the edges right here. GoofyGoober is looking just as composed as ever, though. You can see it in the player cams.
We talked about the mental fortitude that Kurshaun typically has, and I think you have the right analogy there, fraying. It feels like these nerves are starting to get snapped right here. We'll have to see if Goober is going to be able to continue this assault.
Yeah. Oh, nice key pickup right there. And now, last stock apiece. These guys are such evenly matched players.
Can't get the Nair going, actually. It's anything you can do, I can do better. Kurshaun Nair beats Goobers.
Yep. All right, Galaga looking for a string. You do have to adapt that against fast faller, so you're going to need either a little bit more percent or a little bit more rage. Kurshaun looking to box a little bit more, but oh, big damage right there with the hydrant, and now you're stuck in a juggle situation as well. Excellent option right there, falling up air.
I'm actually kind of stunned how little damage the Greninja up air does.
Yeah.
A lot of these aerials, actually, from Greninja, the damage output has not been particularly high.
Yeah, forward air is the bread and butter when it comes to that.
Landing, but just landing coverage right there from the projectiles.
Uh-oh. Yeah, grab the wrong way. That never bodes well. Pac-Man grab is a move that you need to hit with if you use it, because otherwise you're in an awful position. And, yep, there's nothing you can do there. Just hold that. Okay, Kurshaun has to make it over the shuriken, has to make it one more recovery, almost gets two framed right there. And the bell? Not going to be in position to capitalize, though. Whoa!
He did it again. He got the back air this time. Goober has to recover low.
One more time, but misspaced it a little bit too far back. And now Goober's really starting to swing for the fences here. Hydra's going to cover some space. The bell, we got the pickup. And that didn't connect.
But Goober gets the confirm. Again, Kurshaun is scrapping, trying for a kill. Goober doesn't need to try. Goober just needs to get those down tilt strings a-going.
Yep, and he does just that. And brings us to a bracket reset, baby. We are back in a fresh best-of-5 set. Winner of this wins the whole shebang.
Well, you know what this means, though, Jada? We're not going to see a game 15 because that was a 3-1. So an improvement on Goober's side, perhaps. It felt like after that game 2, when Kurshaun had the upset. Excuse me, after that game 1, when Kurshaun won that very close nail-biter, Goober had an advantage in every single game afterwards.
Yeah. And now it all comes down to this. I mean, I've seen many Arcadians. I've been the scene a long time. The winner of the Arcadian often isn't the one who plays better. It's the one who has better nerves. The one who stays more composed.
The one who can win the endurance. It's not a sprint. This is a marathon.
Yeah, and that, for this far in the Arcadian, that is literally the one thing holding these players back from PR. It's the mental composition. I've seen it many a times. It's a tale I've seen over and over. So right now, GoofyGoober's looking way more composed. I'd like to see Kurshaun at least take a second at the character select screen after this game or in between the set to recompose himself, because right now it's night and day. It's night and day between their winner's final set and this reset grand final set so far.
And just the walk away forward smash, just the confidence that Goober is displaying too. It isn't just lack of nerves. It's the ability or the recognition that I am not only just in the lead, but I'm in your head.
Yeah. Yep. And your head is not a nice place for someone that you don't want there to be. Great DI from Kurshaun, by the way. I'm still floored that he survived that.
I actually looked away. I'm just like, okay, this guy's dead.
Yeah, I thought he was just dead too. Flabbergasted.
Jumping over that bell this time. I feel like Kurshaun also, we talk about Pac-Man players as having a ton of tricks. I feel like you need to go back to that bag. You've got to have 1 or 2 left because Goober has kind of recognized what Kurshaun's game plan is, and we haven't seen Kurshaun get a ton of these crazy setups so far.
Yeah, not a one at all. Yeah, going more linear angles on the hydrant. It's looked like these guys are playing honest Smash Brothers, but
that is not the game you want to play.
Yeah. When you're playing Pac-Man, you have no reason to be honest. This character's been lying since 1984. Oh, and actually the hydrant.
Water,
yeah, maybe almost put him in a position to catch that jump.
Good defense there from Kurshaun. Still has the percentage lead. Key is out, but this is really the problem, is how do you actually get this kill at 172? Goober not going to be phased by that hydrant, just using the multi-hits to use it as a projectile on.
And it's still 3 stocks apiece. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, we are 2.5 minutes in. Oh, we've seen 1 stock get taken so far.
But we saw this in their winner's final set, and then after that first stock flew, many have followed.
Oh. Goober's not pressing, though. We saw, it felt like the tempo got picked up because Goober had to, press really hard to claim the stocks. Instead, just we saw right there, the end situation, just stood there and stared.
Mm-hmm. Into the soul.
Into the cold, dead black eyes of Kurshaun's Pac-Man.
They're actually mini Pac-Man. If you look at Pac-Man's eyes, they're mini Pac-Man, and it actually just destroyed my mind when I realized that. Yeah. Okay, Bell's online. And actually, Kurshaun's running away with this. Has a lot of rage to punish and landing with the smash attack and potentially kill by the ledge.
Literally and metaphorically running away with this.
Yeah.
Great waveline back on the stage, too. Up throw?
Maybe. Yeah. That is enough. All right, has plenty of time to charge up that Bell, though, and Bell opens up many opportunities, many ways to get some magic happening. And
that water, bursting that up, that was sick.
Yeah, that was so cool. And the orange actually doing just enough to neutralize that shuriken. Great recovery right there from GoofyGoober. Using everything the character has to offer to just keep in step.
Dash attack, this could start something big there. Gets the instant back air, the second back air. Kurshaun does not have a jump. Uses the air dodge now and tried for the Shadow Sneak. Very good option there from Goober. That's one of those where, just send it.
Yeah, full send, man. Just full send, bruh.
Look at that hedge trap right there. The trampoline and then the hydrant just like bouncing on it ever so slightly.
Yeah, and you can't neutral get up into that, by the way, because like the hydrant will just push you up and you just explode.
Some characters can't even roll.
Yeah.
Big bodies can't even roll in that situation. It covers every option.
Yeah, that's some of the bag of tricks that you were talking about, Scabs. Like, Kurshaun's starting to look a bit more comfortable finding them. And if I were Goober, I would press this advantage now, because the more you let Kurshaun compose themselves, the more likely it is that things won't go in your favor as the set wears on.
Bell is up, but yeah, just jumping in place. Very smart by Goober, just recognizing that you do not need to play with that setup that Kurshaun was going. That neutral air, though?
That neutral air,
air.
Yeah. It do be nair.
The slowest of options, and you have to kind of roll through that. It's either roll through it or just attack with an aerial.
Yeah, because it would have hit ledge. It looks like, oh, wow, great pickup right there from GoofyGoober. But yeah, it would have hit neutral get up. It would have hit if you hung on ledge because of the arc, it seems. So yeah, it was kind of a checkmate situation that Kurshaun manufactured.
Snuffs out the double jump, but just air dodging back is Goober. And again, that nair playing havoc with the attempts to intercept Pac-Man.
Whoa. Okay, great.
Drops, yeah.
Yeah. Great recoveries right there. And
little fobble. Kind of, actually.
Yeah, low key. Like, it was working for a while. And what is happening?
Oh my God,
what is happening? That hydrant. How did that hydrant survive all of that? How did it survive the, like, forward air and the down air?
It feels like Greninja's aerials do no damage.
That was so weird. How did the hydrant stick all of that out?
And then just get like knocked away with what looked like a jab or a tilt from Pac-Man.
Yeah.
He just flips it with one finger. It's like, all right, we're good now.
0 cents. And by the way, I did not look at the timer on that. That felt like a very long game. I'm wondering like if that was close to time or.
So here's the question though, J-Dog. Was Kurshaun hiding something in set one? Was Kurshaun saying, I have this in my back pocket, I don't need to overextend, and when Goober started to pour on the gas, was Kurshaun like, yo, let's take this long?
I really do think that a big part of it was just Kurshaun recomposing. I think like at the end of the previous set, it was so flustered at the start of that first game, super frayed, but now, having a bit more time, it's kind of accepting situations like, okay, it's a reset, that's fine, I can do this. I do like his odds. Well, actually...
So the answer... Oh, no. Did he actually get the jump? He did. So Kurshaun went down super low and grabbed one hit on the trampoline.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, when Pac-Man has to rely on that third one, just fast fall down, grab one jump off of it, and then they'll just fall to their death.
Well, actually, he did pop up, so like maybe he was just too low regardless.
Was it?
Yeah, he did pop up. Wow, with that down air almost killing. And I thought he was going to land on the trampoline.
So did I, yeah.
Yeah, but after that last little bit of hydro pump does have a little bit of extra oomph to it, so I think he just kind of hit that dead zone.
So that's unfortunate, though, right here. You were basically given a gift, stock one, and then tosses it away was GoofyGoober with that, just getting caught with the smash attack and not having the DI right there.
Like a spoiled child on Christmas. I want an iPad.
I want more.
Yeah.
Not going to give me the name brand? Come on.
Yeah. Not a Samsung Galaxy Tab, an iPad.
Dash attack is so safe from Greninja. That
Both
move
of
is
them.
just so... Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever successfully seen somebody intercept the Pac-Man dash attack. That move is just... It's so disjointed for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's if you try to punch Pac-Man dash attack, no. Oh, the bell? Okay.
Good roll in, yeah.
Okay, and there comes the orange. Let's see what happens. These guys really playing hopscotch right now.
I like it whenever Kurshaun tries to claim like horizontal space when Goober just tosses out the single hit uncharged Shoryu to claim a little bit and knock away any kind of fruit attempt.
Yep, just buying space,
Down tilt, but good DI by Kurshaun. Something that we haven't talked about yet is that Kurshaun seems to hold out on a lot of those aerials. Ooh, good catch of the roll.
Yeah. And Goober up another stock. 95% though. Bell, Kurshaun wants this. Maybe wants it a bit too much, honestly. And I've seen this happen before too. Like sometimes when a player wants to win too much, they'll start to throw out stuff and just kind of say like, okay, I want this to happen right now.
Yeah, more buttons are not the answer.
Yeah, never is.
Usually the less.
Yeah. In this game especially. Well, unless you're playing
unless
like
you're
Roy.
playing Roy.
Yeah, unless you're playing Roy.
Both of us had the same realization. Like, there's one character that is not like the others.
Yeah, Roy can fight demons all day.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
fine.
there.
And with Rage, I mean, any hit can, well, the down tilt or nair can lead to a huge up smash, potentially take the stock right here and take the game. Or the sneaky forward smash. He is a ninja after all. He is a ninja.
2 stock right there on Final D, and that stage has consistently made this matchup look not just doable, but very good for Greninja. It just feels like Kurshaun has to run. And when you're putting yourself in that corner, we already saw that Goober started to react to the roll habits, started to react to the standard get-up habits. Like, he understands exactly where he needs to position the hitboxes to intercept Kurshaun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tactically placing everything. And that's what you need for Pac-Man. Like, when Pac-Man is to run amok, it is so hard to lock him down. But Greninja is one of the characters that does have the speed to do it. So, hey, use what you got. Use what you got. Off to another game, off to the races again here at Laurel Park.
And interesting count. Well, I can't. I'm actually kind of stunned that this one is left open.
Same. I actually didn't think we would go here at any set.
No. Yeah, I thought that this would be the ban along with like a comfort pick, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, perhaps, yeah, you do have the walls, so GoofyGoober can make a lot of use there because you have a wall jump and wall cling with Greninja. But other than that, this is a Pac-Man stage.
Absolutely. Pac-Man's playground.
Because, yeah, just when you go on that platform, are you really going to, like, how do you approach that?
You don't. You don't. Greninja's high jumps can be a blessing and a curse. Because, like, if you're right underneath it, you can maybe jump up and do something. But, like, if you approach from center stage, then...
yeah, they can just react to it.
Yeah, yeah. They're just chilling. Free real estate. Ooh.
But Greninja up smash being, again, a goobage.
When it doesn't work. When it hits, it's godlike.
It seems like it's a roulette wheel. You just spin it and pray, and, like, hopefully it'll connect this time.
Yeah.
Like, it kills early, it's super strong, but then sometimes you just fall out of it and, like, get it into a tech situation on a platform or something like that.
Yep. Just pray. Just pray.
Again, using the nair, but actually getting the weak hit of it right there, so Kurshaun was just able to land and then just put his back to the hydrant.
Okay, air dodging back.
I mean, Kurshaun is at a % deficit right now, so perhaps the reason why Goober left this open is basically saying, hey, I don't need to press if I've got the lead.
That is true, but now you don't. So what do? Well, you damn near almost get the kill. But now Kurshaun, all right, time to sit back, grab a snack. Kurshaun's about to be chilling.
This is going to be a bit of a long one if Kurshaun has anything to say about it. Don't think that Kurshaun needs to press whatsoever here.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing this, honestly. Yep, just stay there.
It's stay in shield, too. Like, what is this character going to do? You really going to dash grab me with Greninja?
Oh, yeah, you can let that happen. You're Pac-Man. You're going to recover.
Bell out twice in a row, reading the jump habits.
Yep, Hydrant. Just going to have to respect that. Hydrant again.
And then just go back to the platform.
Yep. Yeah, that's so cheap. Like, you have the Hydrant in front of you. You have the platform above you. Yeah, the only way you die is if you overcommit.
Cutting through that up B, attempted gimp by Goober was Kurshaun. And now just, yeah, all right. We both know where my house is.
Yep. I just need to do some construction on the walls right here. Good DI. Almost surviving that, but just barely enough to get the kill.
Safe pressure right there. Anytime the water's out, then it makes a lot of Pac-Man's like aerials that are stronger, safe on shield.
Oh, the bell, and yeah, Kurshaun, I mean, even though it's not like emphatic, is really starting to run away with this momentum-wise. But hold up, GoofyGoober, we saw in the previous games, previous sets, always has something left in the tank.
Actually waiting for Pac-Man to run forward and grab the bell. Very smart right there.
Yeah. Oh, tried to throw him into it.
This is where Goober's made money before. Got to go ahead and survive in these triple-digit percentage situations. Kurshaun cannot press for this kill. Just let it come to you, young man.
Yeah.
There you go. Just it literally just runs at him. It's like, all right, Apple, what you got?
I mean, like, Greninja's initial dash is very long. Like, it's such a commitment. So if you can like kind of see it happen or read it happen, just chuck it out there. What's Greninja going to do? Die is the answer.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, get the bonk.
A 2?
A 3.
And the pullback right there. Beautiful spacing by Kurshaun.
Yeah. I did half expect Kurshaun to go for it, or GoofyGoober to go for the trampoline seal that time. You had a lot of time.
True, yeah. You could have reacted to that.
Yeah, but last stock, I mean, don't blame him.
The double forward air, too. It's like, what do you actually do about that? Yeah, forward throw, DI mix-up. You know that Kurshaun thought about the up throw.
Yeah, but I thought the correct DI for up throw was like towards Greninja. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like,
is it towards? I thought it was away.
Maybe that's why we got mixed.
So if we don't know clearly, Kurshaun doesn't.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. Gets the backer calling out Kurshaun's jump away, but again, the Nair just bailing Kurshaun out of those disadvantageous positions at edge.
Yeah.
2 minutes left, Kurshaun. I mean, it feels like he's not playing to the timer, but he's playing with that in the back of his mind. He's really not trying to commit anything other than forward air and back air in these air-to-air situations.
Not going for timeouts, but if it happens, it wouldn't be unwelcome, you know?
Oh, great commitment with that forward smash, though.
Yeah.
Not going to kill, but certainly would have put GoofyGoober in a super good spot.
Just whittling away the health of that. And the big old stop sign. Yep. Even coast to coast, it still does the most. Kurshaun taking that game, taking a breath. I love to see players recompose themselves. And potentially the final game of this tournament coming up.
And you were talking about like recomposing himself. It feels like that is something that Kurshaun does with these little moments. You can feel it. Like some players, they pop off in those high pressure situations. Kurshaun seems to deflate.
Yeah.
He just like, he exhaled. He's like, okay, one more, just one more.
I mean, he's had to play a lot today.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with Pac-Man is that your matches are long and plentiful.
Yep. Yep. And if you ain't got the chops for it, then yeah, it's going to be some long days coming up.
Small battlefield, the smallest stage available. We're going from biggest to the smallest, and I think what is a solid counter pick here for GoofyGoober. Push to the brink. What can this Greninja main from Southern Maryland pull out at the last moment here at the Arcadian?
And we will find out. Here we go. Potential final game of the tournament. Will Kurshaun take it all home today, or will GoofyGoober bring us to another game number 5? Time will tell.
We've got the Mario music too, so like retro music for a retro character.
Yeah. They go way back. They go way back.
Is there any canonical relationship there? Because that would be, I know there's like Mario and Sonic nowadays, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics and all that nonsense, but I don't know if Mario and Pac-Man had ever interacted in any way, shape, or form.
I would be shocked if they didn't in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Some like call out or like some comic that was released only in Japan or something like that.
Yeah. The 80s were a weird time. I wouldn't be surprised
yeah.
like in the Pac-Man cartoon Mario made an appearance or something.
So playing on these platforms very well is Kurshaun, and you pointed out previously, like on Kalos, when the hydrant is up in front of Kurshaun, and then he's got the platform behind him, like Goober, that's when you really struggle to approach. And it's kind of like, well, maybe I should just wait the hydrant out.
Legitimately, I do think that's what you have to do, because anything else you do is a liability. And that is not a joke. Like, Pac-Man just is so strong in that situation because you can't approach him.
Look at that safety right there. Immediately just disconnects the hydrant and then immediately gets a chance to jump in there. Like, that is so much pressure from Kurshaun. Good recognition by Goober to just hold shield.
Yeah. Now here comes the bell. Look at Pac-Man's grin as he holds that bell. You know, like, hey, your life is in my hand right now. I could kill you.
Can we agree that Pac-Man is a sociopath?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Who smiles that often when they're fighting?
Exactly. It's like, haha, that was a good punch. Did you see what I did to you right there?
Ooh, I heard those stomps from Kurshaun from here. Dude is fired up, ready to take this all home.
Calm and composed on the player cam, perhaps, but in these little moments, you get a peek into the inner psyche, into the turmoil, and the whirlstorm of emotions behind Kurshaun's mask.
Yeah, man's hungry.
He wants this match. Yeah. Oh, the dash grab. Pulling up a little short right there was Goober. Missed tech, too.
Things are starting to really fall apart for GoofyGoober, but wait a second. The bell starts to toll for thee. What do we got here? Oh, goes for the down smash. Not going to find it.
Yeah, and Kurshaun just floating down, not fast falling or anything. Just taking as much time as possible to get that recovery. Gets the parry and waits it out, but unable to get the connection. Instead, Kurshaun gets the stock. Look at him popping off. 2-stock lead, the biggest lead in either of their sets.
And it all comes down to this. 3 stocks to 1 right now. 2. Okay, okay. I agree. Well, I don't disagree with it. Because, like, that was still a massive risk, but also, like, he was at 123. But, hey, it worked. It worked.
I mean, considering how hard it's been for Goober to get these conversions.
Ooh. And when you get damage like that.
That's a dagger right there.
Yeah. Not a hit you could afford to take with this much deficit. Do not air dodge. Why did you air dodge? He survived, but why did you do that?
Definitely a bet that you did not need to place.
He legitimately could have died.
All right, couple up airs. And the hydrant's out, so Kurshaun could not actually use that aggressively to get down.
Yeah. But not even needing it. And, oh, Goober runs into another hydrant. Things are starting to fall apart bit by bit. Great grab. I'm liking the fire. I'm liking the gumption, but GoofyGoober is really starting to fall apart here.
Yeah, the roll actually read by Kurshaun there, too, so we were a couple frames away from getting just a winner here at the Arcadian. Gets the counter on the active hydrant, so that's a little cheeky move. No tech, but unable to connect with the up smash.
Yeah, but still had the hydrant there for a little bit of a tech chase. And now Kurshaun has the Galaga, looking for that bell. Gonna get it in his hands again. And one bell's all it takes. And the tech on the platform is gonna save Kurshaun's life. No stage techs, but platform techs, we got those.
Goober doesn't, though, actually stuck in the platform, and that gives Kurshaun the opportunity to get the bell, get the kill, the pop-off, and the win.
And congratulations to Kurshaun taking the Spring Arcadian. 220 people enter. One player takes it, and it is Kurshaun, the Pac-Man extraordinaire. Many people's favorite, and showing us why.
I mean, can you ask for a better ending to that? Those players were so closely matched. I really think it came down to the missed tech that gave Kurshaun just enough time to get the bell, and we talked about it before, just how much that player relies on bell to get those kills.
Yeah, but when that bell hits, the options are unlocked. You know he knows exactly what he has to do, and it is there. So big congratulations for forcing that win condition over and over.
Exactly. Applause is warranted. The crowd slapping their boys back. Kurshaun?
Yeah.
Interview?
We got an interview?
You want to do it?